record on this computer. Recording is now in progress. All right, so welcome everybody. For the newer folks on the call, my name is Kevin Niederauer. I'm your FFL party line. So we're going to start off real quick the way we start off every Thursday training. First, go through the previous week's numbers, highlight some of the performers on our team. Then I'm just going to go over some general housekeeping stuff. And then this week's training is going to be on the psychology of the phone script and lead strategy, which I'm going to throw to my man Jovan to host that for everybody. And then we'll open it up for some question and answers at the end. And then everybody can get on with their day. Super fun and exciting. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen here. Going to go to this fun, awesome little keynote that I made. We're going to go to slide number 1 and we're going to hit play. All right, so everybody should hopefully see the Serve the People Facebook group banner right here. The reason I like to lead off with that is that you can see, again, you are part of a massive agency. We are all part of the FFL Tri-State family, Serve the People. We are one of the fastest growing groups in the company. We have tons of support all throughout Tri-State. So just want everyone to know that you are part of a big family here at Family First Life. So this is the numbers for last week. We had a lot of first-time writers. 2 in particular I want to highlight from our team. We got Tom Barley, who is actually just on the phone writing somebody right now. He's in a home doing an Americo Eagle Premier policy. So I was just helping him through that. And then Tayshawn Passant, another first-time writer for our team. So quick round of applause for the first-time writers, and hope to see a lot more folks on this list. This list is obviously, again, all of Tri-State. So this list is up again, another 5 or 6 people from last week. Just got somebody who entered, and of course I can't see. I got to turn off the waiting room thing.
That's Zach Levy. He's one of the students.
No, hold on. Let me exit out.
He's going to be taking his exam pretty soon.
All right, nothing is working. So at the moment, I don't know how to exit out of the PowerPoint. Sorry. So we're just going to keep rocking and rolling. So this is all of the producers across Family First Life Tri-State for last week. The week again is October. Damn it, hold on a second. How do I escape out of this thing? Nothing is working. There's Tayshawn. All right, wait. So if people are joining, then I don't have to accept them. You guys can see, right? You're all in here? Good. Because nothing's working on my computer right now. So these are all the producers across all of Family First Life Tri-State. I want to give a big shout out to my man Antonio on Jovan's team. Had a huge week last week, over $8,000 in issue paid premium. Great job, Antonio. Right behind him is his upline mentor, Jovan, killing it, just under $7,000. And then Tom, again, first time writer in a home right now, writing another policy with just under $3,000. Then Miss Passant, there she is, looking good. I can see on the camera. There you are, first time writer. Hope you saw your fireworks at the beginning of the slideshow. If not, there's your green arrow. There you are. You are on the list official. And then just below her, my man, Big Rick DeGennaro, also from our team, getting some families protected last week. In the next couple of weeks, we hope to see more and more folks getting on this list, a lot more green arrows for our team. But it's awesome to see like how many people are out there helping families right in business, changing lives, not just for their clients, but for their own families. So as a whole, FFL Tri-State did $1.4 million last week in issue paid premiums out there helping people. These are all the agencies, again, across the Tri-State family. These are all the agencies that did over 10,000 last week. These are all the agencies that did over 20,000 last week. Our goal, which we're going to touch on at the end here, is to get to that 20,000 level, which will make us official and give us our official team logo. One agency last week was over 50K, that's FFL Avenues. And then you have your heavy hitters, the agencies that were all over 100K last week. These are the famous people that you see on the YouTubes, on the podcasts, FFL Universe, Ivan Vedrov, Integrity Partner, FFL 320, Caleb and Gabe, FFL Apex, Rob Richmond, so on and so on down the list. So these are all the big names that have been doing it for a little bit. FFL Quality Life Solutions is Joe Basso. He's one of the fastest growing agencies in FFL. They went from like 185,000 in the month of May this year to over 700 plus in the month of September. So Joe has been very kind to our team and has been allowing us to kind of piggyback off of some of the training stuff they're doing, which we're going to touch on in just a moment. And then, like I said, last but not least, our team goal, get the 25,000 consistently each and every week. We actually came up real close this past week as a team. We did just over 20,000. So we're getting there. And then that's the goal. We're going to officially become Family First Life Garden State is what we're trying to get to. And then obviously have some more folks, as part of our family growing their own agencies as well. So I'm going to jump on out of here. There we go. Stop share. And then we're going to do one more quick share. And then this is just the housekeeping stuff that I wanted to touch on. So Slack from day one has been something that we've been utilizing to communicate with our team, to provide resources to everybody. I had a good meeting today with Jovan and with Rick, talking about ways that we can improve and add more stuff to Slack. One, so it doesn't feel too overwhelming, and two, so that you guys are getting the most out of it. So what we're going to do is when you're on Slack and you see all the list of channels that you have access to, this is where we're going to put out content for everybody. So obviously carrier info. So if you're in a home or you're at home and you need to contact a carrier, you can go right to Slack. We got the phone numbers, we got the quoting tools, we got the websites. It's all right there at your fingertips. Dial day, instead of people posting what they're doing on dial days, we're going to turn this into just resources to help you on dial days. What we're going to be adding is a channel just simply called chat. And we're going to lock up all the other channels so that you can't post anything. Only the administrators will have access to post stuff. So every channel outside of the chat channel will just be resource-based. It'll just be information to help you grow your business. Chat is where we're going to encourage everybody to communicate. So if you're out running business, you're out in a home, you want to ask a general question, we're going to just keep a long run. It's almost going to be like a group meet. Basically, our chat channel is where everybody can talk to each other. Just throw out a question. Now everybody on the team can see the question and you can get a bunch of different answers. Can you mute yourself, Zach? There we go. I got you. Then from there, door knocking, again, just going to be resources revolving around door knocking. Everything other than the chat channel will be resources that myself, Jovan, Rick, the other leaders on the team are going to just pump out content for you guys. If there is something that you think would value your team members that you found, like Lisa Feely found this great graphic on lead strategy that she shared with me, DM that to either me or Jovan or Rick, and we will put it in the appropriate channel. And then again, if you just have any general stuff, that'll go in the chat channel. When you're doing dial day, talk about wins and losses in the chat. When you're out running appointments, for example, I went out and ran 4 appointments on Tuesday. I sat with 3, I closed 3, I did over 5K. I would put that in the chat so that everybody can celebrate the wins. And then what I did yesterday, we're going to celebrate the losses so that you can see the reality of FFL. So I went out, had 4 appointments, got no-showed, got rescheduled again. And ultimately the last one was a no-show. Oh no, the first one I got porched. The last one was a no-show because she gave me the wrong address. And the people who are living in that house is like, yeah, that person doesn't live here anymore. So that was fun. So there's good days and there's bad days, but we want to put all that stuff in the chat so that everybody can kind of, share all that information together. All right. So the other thing is you should be getting either email reminders or text message reminders from FFL Tri-State about reporting your numbers on Wednesdays and on Sundays. If you're a weekend warrior going out and writing on the weekends, if for whatever reason you don't get those emails or texts, we need you to just simply go to weekend and weekly submit, set a reminder in your phone on Wednesdays to click the link for the full week submit. That's again, it's just how many appointments did you book? How many did you sit with? How many policies did you write? How many families did you help? Same thing for the weekend. Your weekend is Friday through Sunday running appointments. So just click on those links, fill in your numbers, takes all 5 minutes. And then for the newer folks on the team, obviously go to the welcome to the team section, dive into the boot camp, go through all of that. And the newest channel that we just added is the training day channel. As I mentioned when we were going through the numbers, Joe Basso has been very kind to share their training platform with us. So what I did was took all the information from him and put it on here. So there's training all across the FFL family, nationwide. Every different agency has different things. So why reinvent the wheel when you can learn from people who've been doing it? So on Mondays, you have 2 different live dial sessions you can dive into. I'm also going to try and find a couple of other ones. So again, you're hearing from different people, you're learning from different producers. So there's the FFL Tri-State live dials. Again, live dials are the benefit where you get to hear somebody on the phone, on speaker. How are they overcoming objections? What are they saying to cement the appointment? That's the benefit of doing live dials. So we have the FFL Tri-State one, and then below that, the Health and Wealth Family First Life live dials with $1 million producer Steve Giordano. So I definitely recommend jumping on that one on Mondays and Thursdays to learn from those guys. 9:30 is the 10K Club call with Mark Mead, where he does a call once a week with someone who's producing over 10 grand a week, and we get to learn from them. How are they doing it? What lead flow are they doing? What are they saying on the phone? What's their strategy? How many appointments are they booking? So on and so forth. At 11:30, there's a general training with the FFL 320 QLS Inception Group. All you have to do is go to trainwithffl.com. There's no password. You can just jump into their Zoom call and learn from them. At 1 o'clock, there's a Tools of the Trade Zoom call that you can jump on to learn more about the tools of the trade. 1 o'clock, there's another Zoom call with John Zella from the Tri-State office live. That is the bullpen call. Comes out every week. Should get an email about it, but if not, I'm going to find out if it's a standalone link that is not new every week, or if it's the same one every week. And if it's the same one every week, I'll post it right here. Then at 3 o'clock on Mondays, there's the Winning Mindset with top producers. And that's at trainwithffl.com again. From 4 to 5, it's how to win on the phone. And that's with integrity partner Ivan Bedrov. And then from 5 to 6, there's the tools of the trade again. So if you can't do the tools of the trade from 1 to 2, it's also at 5 to 6. And that's Monday through Friday at 1 and at 5. So you can jump onto any one of those to learn more about the tools of the trade. Now on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, obviously those are your run days. So there's less stuff available, but on Tuesday and at 1 and 5, you have the tools of the trade. And then at 4, there's a lead strategy call with Joe Basso and Caleb Amros. Those are 2 of the agency owners in FFL. That's Quality Life Solutions and 320. So you want to jump on there and learn from those guys and some of their top producers as well. And then on Wednesday, it's just those tools of the trade calls. Now on Thursdays, same thing as on Mondays. You got the live dials, you got the general training, tools of the trade. You have our agency call every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to run through numbers. We're going to do a quick training. That's just so we can all kind of keep in contact with each other. And then again, the same stuff. 3 o'clock, there's an in-home sales with Gabe Erickson and Sean Barnes. 4 to 5, objections and rebuttals with Wayne Carr. And then again, 5 to 6 is tools of the trade. And then on Fridays, very similar to the Wednesdays with the 1 and 5. And then you have a lead strategy again at 4 o'clock. So tons and tons of training out there, not to mention all the podcasts that come out Monday through Friday. Mondays, you have the FFL West Coast, Paul McLean, the Monday Morning Wake Up podcast comes out every Monday. Then there's the AMS call on Thursdays. There's the Inside the Sales on Wednesdays. Mark Mead, FFL Tri-State, has podcasts that come out twice a week, Training Day and Trends. So there's more than enough trading out there for everybody. You just have to plug into it and dial in. All right. So again, just to recap, we're going to add chat channel to Slack, and then everything else is just going to be content driven for you guys. So if you have some content you think would be helpful to share with your fellow teammates, DM it to either me or Jovan or Rick, and we'll make sure it gets put in the appropriate channel. All right. So with that being said, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my man, Jovan, who's going to go over some awesome stuff that he's been working on with phone scripts, psychology of the phone script, what's been working for him today on this dial day. I believe he's already booked 6 appointments so far today. So without further ado, Jovan, take it away. Means you got to unmute yourself. There you go.
All right, there I am. All right, so what's going on, everybody? Thanks for hopping on. And today we got a little bit of training, like Kevin said. So, reason that I like to bring this up was because when I first started, I was terrible on the phones. And then even now, I'm still not the greatest, right? But I've been plugging into a lot of these YouTube video podcasts. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I've been plugging into a lot of these YouTube videos and these podcasts, trying to just learn a little bit more about how to get better on the phones. Because as we all know, about 90% of this business revolves around the phone. So with that being said, I actually plugged into a short video with Stephen Yee. He's the agency owner of FFL SkyPoint. And, he was on there with one of our youngest integrity partners, Zach Twardarski. And he was just talking a little bit about, what he says on the phone and how he was able to set 40 appointments a week, and able to make Hall of Fame doing 10K plus a week, and just being consistent. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and share my screen really quickly. Oh, hey, Kevin, can you make me the host? Oh, there we go. All right, so I put together here just a small PowerPoint and talking about the 5 parts to successful phone script. So to start off, I'm sure, some of us have done some kind of phone sales before, but show of hands, if you can just raise your hand on the inside Zoom there. How many of us actually like dialing the phones? Oh.
I do. Just kidding.
Dialing the phones can be pretty monotonous and just downright boring. If you're anything like me, I got ADD, so I got to be moving around all the damn time. Sometimes I'll just pace back and forth while I'm on the phone. Like, I just can't sit still. So, but the biggest thing with that is mindset. Going into a dial session, you just have to be prepared. Rick earlier, actually, he mentioned a metaphor. It's like going into a 12-round fight every single week. Because some of these people on the phones, you're gonna get hung up on. You're gonna get the not interested. You're gonna get the I already got it. You're just gonna get a bunch of, for lack of better words, crap. People have their sales shield up. So you have to go in with the right mindset, knowing that you got to expect these kind of things. So going into dial day with a clear and focused mind is super important. With that being said, do things that to get your mind right for the day, not just for dial day, but for every day. It's a couple of things that I personally like to do. Work out, wake up early. Meditate, something that I just started doing recently, and I always thought was silly, but I'll tell you, it actually works. It clears your mind, and listening to positive affirmations. If you're a devotional, doing your daily devotions every day, anything that you feel that makes you feel good, that clears your mind and keeps you positive, go ahead and do it. With that, every dial session, right before I start dialing at 8 a.m., I like to sit down. I like to get my leads organized, and I like to write down some goals for the day. Write down specific goals, things that that you can achieve. Because with goal setting, and that could be in a whole different training in itself, but you got to make sure that whatever goals you set, that they're achievable, and you have to be able to break it down and know how you can achieve it. And the only way you can achieve your goals is by controlling what you can control. And the two things that we for sure can control is our mindset and our attitude, and dialing the phone, calling the leads. So with those two in mind, with that, dialing the phone it's an activity, right? So what you want to set certain goals that with that activity, you're gonna, for instance, this morning I said I want to make 400 phone calls today. I got limited dial time. I coach soccer later in the evening for my son's team. So I'm not able to dial in those later evening hours where I know people are coming home from work and I know they're going to answer the phone. So if you got to work around your schedule. But I think 400 phone calls is a pretty reasonable number for me to hit. I'm just under 200 right now. So when we get off this call, I'm going to make another 220, 230 phone calls to hit my 400 mark, hopefully hit my 12 to 15 appointments for the weekend. With that, better tie downs. I tie downs. We'll discuss that later on in the training here, but just tying down your appointments, meaning, not just setting the appointment at, hey Susie, yeah, this is Jovan. Okay, you're gonna be home at 4:00. Well, I'll be there at 4:30. See you tomorrow. That's a quick way to a no-show. So when I say better tie downs, I mean asking better questions to keep them on the phone, keep them engaged. You have to make people remember you. Asking better questions on the phone and just an overall better attitude. When I get hung up on, sometimes I would get frustrated. I'd be like, why the heck people hang up on me? Like, I'm a nice guy. And I came from the door-to-door world where I never got the door sign on my face. So to get hung up on was like an insult. But don't take it personal, because, that's just people. You got to get into their mindsets and step into their shoes and realize, that if you had some random person calling you in the middle of the day, interrupting your day, talking about, something that you don't even remember doing, or you did it, but you're like, I just don't have the time right now. You're going to rush them off the phone. So those are my goals for the day, particularly. And next bullet here is early bird gets the worm. So like I mentioned before, waking up early, starting your day off early, getting an early start to the day is super important. If you know that you're a procrastinator, wake up half an hour earlier. If you know that you need an hour to wake up and get your coffee in and all that, wake up that extra hour early. And, here at FFL, we have systems put in place where producers before us who've done, the 400 plus, 400,000 plus a year, they put these systems in place where they know what times are the sweet spots. And for that, it's, between 8 o'clock and 9:30 a.m. they call it the golden hour, where you're going to set most of your appointments. In that time frame this morning, I set 4. So, it's you want to be able to go through your leads as quickly as possible during that time to set yourself up for a successful day. And just being disciplined with it. That's the biggest thing too, is you need to have some sort of self-discipline to do this. You got to be self-motivated, you got to be disciplined, and you got to be able to keep yourself positive. So a little quote that I saw and actually heard recently was one of my favorite boxers, Mike Tyson. He says, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but nonetheless doing it like you love it. And I won't lie, guys, personally, I hate dialing the phones, but it's, like I said, it's that you have to instill that discipline in yourself to get the job done, because this is our moneymaker, is the phones. Anybody can go and sit down with people that request information and sell them life insurance, but you got to be able to do the work, and the work is the phones. So with that being said, next, we'll go to the next slide here. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, can hear you perfectly and can see your screen.
Okay, cool. There we go. So first major part of the phone script is who you are and why are you calling. Like I said, you're just some random phone number that the person saw, picked up, and some random person saying, hey, this is so-and-so. So you want to make the intro short. Studies say you got 7 seconds to make an impression. And so, simple intro is as simple as, hey, John, John, this is Jovan, just getting back to you about that form you sent back in about the life insurance online. You put your date of birth as 11/10/1975. Is that correct? And saying it in a neutral tone as well. Tonality is huge. You don't want to sound like a telemarketer because you're not. You're a regular human being on the other line that is just trying to help them out. So first things first is they're going to think you're a telemarketer. Being neutral tone about it and being smooth with it, not stuttering over your words, memorizing your script, getting, being prepared will help you get off to a good start in the intro. Next is verifying and confirming the information. So you want to make everything sound super easy, super simple. Nobody wants to hear, oh, this is going to take 15 minutes. Like they're going to be like, no, I don't have time for that right now. So people will try to rush you off the phone. It's our job to keep them on the phone because they requested the information. So you're just trying to confirm everything, make the appointment, and then go see them and help their families. So, hey, my job's really simple. Hey, John, my job's really simple. I just got to verify the info that you put down. Looks like, typo there. Looks like you put your address as 123 Success Way in Toms River. Is that still current? John says, yeah. Okay, great. Are you currently working or are you retired? John says he's retired. All right, perfect. And I stole this one from John Mazzella, one of our 30K a month producers. Are you married or are you happy? Usually people get a kick out of that. That's, if I can get through this entire part right there, where I'm verifying their address and they say yes, and they verified their birthday and they said yes, I consider that I consider that almost like a full pitch. They just confirmed all their information. They know why I'm calling. They know who I am. And so now it's just asking those questions to try and engage them now. So are you married or happy kind of just breaks the ice now. And they're like, ha, 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 no, I'm married, or ha, ha, ha. Yeah, I just got divorced last year. So I'm pretty happy. Now, the next part into the phone script, after you've verified their information, you go straight into booking the appointment. So you should have gotten all the information that you needed to set the appointment. When you have it in front of you, you verified it. So again, you have a job to do, and your job on the phones is to book appointments, and then you go see them and you help their families. So when you're saying the first part of the script, you want to sound confident. Confidence is key. Doesn't matter if you don't even know what you're talking about. If you sound confident, anyone's going to believe you. Lead, guide, and direct them. Justin Brown mentioned this on a training session a couple weeks ago, actually, and it kind of stuck with me. Us as human beings, some of us naturally are leaders, and then for the most part, the majority of the population or of humans are followers. We look to others for guidance. So we're the professionals. So we know what our jobs are. They have no idea, what to do about insurance. We need to lead them into the right direction, guide them to the right plan, scheduling the appointment, and then directing them to fit your schedule. All right. So something like this. Hey, they have me dispatched in your area this week. Matter of fact, tomorrow and Saturday. Are you a morning person or are you an afternoon person? John says he's an afternoon person. Okay, great. 1 or 2 o'clock. Give them 2 times. People like options. So again, you want this appointment to fit your schedule. So if you're looking for, to fill up your afternoon like I am today, I need to fill my afternoon up because my morning and evening is booked for tomorrow. You give them 2 times that fits your schedule. So, hey, 1 or 2 o'clock. They're going to pick which one. John says 2 o'clock. All right, great. Do me a favor, John. Grab a pen and paper and let me know when you're ready. All right. Now, this next part is where we actually get into tying down the appointment. Again, we're keeping them engaged in the conversation. And this is the part that is the most important because this is where you decrease your no-shows. So tie downs. Like I mentioned before, you're decreasing your no-shows at this point because you are making yourself unforgettable at this point. So you make them write down your name, you make them write down the appointment time. There have been studies out there that say that, us humans, we remember things better when we write stuff down. So it's important to make your potential clients over the phone write down the day you're going to go see them and write down your name so they don't forget about you. Give them your phone number. Some agents like to give them their license number, and tell them, hey, go look me up on the Department of Banking and Insurance website. That way, I'm not just some scammer guy. It's totally your preference. Everyone has their different preferences. But it goes a little bit something like this. So, John, again, my name is Jovan. All right. I usually spell it out for them because I kind of have a weird name. This is where I break the ice again. I make a little joke. I'm a jokester. So I'll say, my name's Jovan. It's Jovan. I was named after that cologne that was sold in Macy's back in the 90s. It smells like crap. They usually chuckle. I'm saying, so again, I'm going to see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. All right. So do me a favor, write down this confirmation code. You can, again, this is personal preference. I've been doing this today and the script's been helping me. So FFL 18685. And I asked him, hey, did you get that? Okay, great. Hey, what time did I say again? You want them to repeat it back to you. All right. That way, that they're not just, yesing you to death. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got that. And then when you ask them, what time am I seeing you again? If they confirm the day and time, they're paying attention. I've had people that I asked that and they're like, I don't know. I forgot. In my mind already, I know that I lost them 5 minutes ago and it's probably going to be a no-show. So I got to make sure that I re-engage them and make them remember that appointment. After you say, what time did I say again? All right, they repeat it back to you. Perfect. Any reason why you're not going to be home tomorrow at 1? Because I'm traveling quite a bit tomorrow. And if you're not going to be home, just tell me now so I can put someone else in your slot. That way I can put you down sometime for next week. So you're going to be home at 1 o'clock tomorrow, right? They say, yeah. Okay, great. Really quickly, this is where we again tying them down again, asking better questions. Really quickly, is your house an apartment? Is your address a house or an apartment? Reason I asked that is because the times that I didn't ask it, I showed up to the address and it was a giant apartment complex. And I'm like, great, I don't even know where this person lives. So asking if it's a house or an apartment, super, super important. Some people ask if it's a gated community. If you're doing final expense, especially in an area that, there's a lot of gated communities, people who have, a good retirement fund and they're able to afford to live in places like that. Definitely important to ask. So that way, if there's a gate code, how to get in, or, they know to tell the guard, hey, let this guy in when he shows up at this time. I like to ask them, hey, is there parking for me in the driveway or should I park in the street? You don't know, some of these roads can be super busy. And, I don't know about you guys, but I feel kind of weird pulling in people's driveways without permission. That's just me personally. So I like to just ask that. After I get, those answers to those questions, great. Hey, just so you know what I look like when I knock on the door. Are you ready? Again, another joke. I'm short, tan, and handsome. I don't care if you're a female or a male. I'm telling you, I'm short, tan, and handsome. Again, confidence, guys. So usually they'll chuckle after that. I say, all right, awesome. Well, John, hey, look, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to meeting you and helping you. And you hang the phone up. I think saying that last sentence at the end, I'm looking forward to meeting you and helping you, is really important to leave them with that, because now you set the expectation a little bit higher and they know that you're coming over to do business. You're not going over there to drop information off. You're not going over there to say hi and be their friend. Like, no, I'm going to meet you tomorrow. When I get there, I'm going to knock on your door. We're going to shake your hand. You're going to lead me to your kitchen table, because that's where I'm comfortable at, is the kitchen table. And we're going to do business. I'm going to help you protect your family. So those are essentially the 5 parts to a successful phone script. So we'll go back into a little overview. First things first, like I said, mindset, PMA, positive mental attitude. That's one of the 2 things that we can control in this business, is our attitude. When you have a bad attitude, people can sense it. If you got a bad attitude and you're talking to people over the phone, they can just tell. So just do whatever you can to keep yourself in a positive state. Memorizing a phone script, I think it's really important as well, because the phone script is there not just for you to read. It's more laid out there as a structure, as the layout, to help us and guide us through our appointment setting techniques. So there's tons and tons of phone scripts out there. I'll post this one particularly in the Slack, and also for some of my students in the group me. But memorizing a script, pick one that you like, pick multiple, put them together, and then make it your own. That's what I did when I first started. I probably listened to 10, 12 different top producer scripts and wrote them all down and just kind of put them all together. So you want to make it personable. You don't want to sound like a robot over the phone, but you definitely want to memorize some kind of script, so that way you have that structure. Again, the tonality is key. Someone, I can't remember who, mentioned, you want to sound like you're a disgruntled state employee. You just got a job to do. You don't want to sound too excited. You don't want to get too overworked when they're trying to hang the phone up on you and sound like a salesperson. You just want to sound cool, calm, and collective. Hey, look, this is just my job. All right, I got 100 other people I have to call by 4 o'clock. So really, I don't really care whether you want it or not. My job's just to get you the information. Just sound very neutral. Again, not too high, but not too low. Confidence is key. Say anything with confidence, people are going to trust you. People are going to believe you. But most importantly, I threw this one in here. You got to have fun, guys. Dialing the phone it's not like anything exciting. You're sitting there, you got a stack of papers in front of you, or you got your leads in an Excel sheet spreadsheet in front of you. You're picking the phone up and down, doing bicep curls, switching arms with your telephone there, and saying the same thing over and over and over again until you achieve the result that you want. So you got to have fun with it. Treat it like a game. Stephen, you says treat it like a game. Get to 300 to 400 phone calls as quickly as possible. And that's not with every single lead type. The lead types that I'm more particularly talking about are the internet leads. So those ones are more quantity versus quality. We do have other lead vendors out there that have quality. They're all quality leads, but different lead vendors that some leads are generated differently than others, like direct mail, like Facebook ads. Then you have your basic internet leads. So, but for specifically the internet leads, you want to get to that first batch as quickly as possible. So dialing your leads 3 times through, meaning first round, you're gonna, let's say you got a batch of 100 leads, dial that first 100 as fast as you can. Faster you get to the first 100, you're gonna weed out all the BS that people are giving you, all those hangups, all that stuff. Then your second and third rounds, you wanna call them 2 times in a row in your second round. So let's say the batch of 100, let's say you talk to 10 people, you got 90 leads left. Now you're gonna dial those 90 people twice in a row. Out of that 90, let's say you talk to another 15, right? So now you got 75 leads left. That 75, you're gonna dial those 75 leads 3 times in a row. And by then, that should take you about an entire day, depending on what kind of system you're using. If you're just dialing by hand, getting to 300 to 400 phone calls is a little bit harder. We have softwares that websites that we've partnered with, like Phone Burner. There's also another one called Prospect Boss, where it's like its own little CRM. You import the leads and they organize them for you, and you can call them straight from your computer, your iPad, and it zips right through. I mean, they average like 60 to 80 dials an hour, which is phenomenal. But other than that, are there any questions at all? Anybody we'll open up to Q&A. Questions, anybody? Going once, going twice. All right. Well, Kev, back to you, man.
Tom, I gotta go. I gotta finish this meeting. I'll call you back. All right. Where's my camera? Can you hear me now? Am I still here? Everybody good? Sorry, I was trying to help Tom Barley. He's in the home doing an Americo Eagle premiere, trying to do Social Security billing. It's a whole big thing. So, Jovan, awesome training. Thank you so much for the insight on the dials and the mindset and how you guys need to be positioning yourselves when you're making your calls. Anybody out there in the world have any questions? I know Jovan already asked, but I'm going to throw it out there one more time. Even if it's not in relating to phone calls, just any general questions that we can help you with before we end the meeting. Nobody? You're all 100% confident what you're doing? You're all ready to get back on the phone and book appointments, right? Nobody has any questions, comments, or concerns?
Yeah, that means I did a great job, I guess.
You are a great effing teacher, my friend. All right, folks. Well, listen, appreciate everybody being on the call. Get out there, serve the people, help the families, make some money, get on the phones, get your leads ordered, get your scripts in order. We'll be back at it again next week. For those of you who are running this weekend, like me, I'm going out Friday and Saturday. Look to see your progress on the chat channel in Slack, which we'll have that updated by the end of the day today. And if you guys need anything, you can DM me, you can DM Jovan, you can DM Rick, all inside Slack. That is our chosen platform for communication. So get out there and have a great day and enjoy the weekend, everybody.